I'm going to go to Mr. Barrett for 5 minutes.
I want to follow up on Mr. Bain's question. Chair, does the committee agree to send for the recovery request referred to by Mr. Doan? Yeah, okay. Great. So, Mr. Doan, I want to be clear about the job that you're in now, the Chief Technology Officer of Canada. Did you get that position through a competitive process, yes or no?
No, it was a lateral.
It was a lateral move.
When you're looking for a promotion, you have to compete for it. A lateral move, there's no competition because I'm not changing levels.
So when you went to the Treasury Board, it was a lateral move?
I was an EX5 at CBSA when I left, so that is a level of executive. And when I moved to the Treasury Board, I stayed an EX5. I didn't move levels. I did not change levels.
I don't understand, because when you came before committee in October of last year, my colleague, Ms. Kuzi, asked you this very question. She referred to it as a substantive process. But in response, you said, and I quote, "I was in the middle of a competitive process."
Merci beaucoup.
So I mean, we've heard your answer today, and we've heard your answer then. Your answer has changed. I know the answer is that it was not a competitive process, because we have that testimony from that TBS already, from the Treasury Board Secretariat. It's very interesting. Who were your references for that change in jobs? Just the name of who your references were, please.
So Catherine Lilo, who was the Government of Canada CIO at the time, made me the offer. Who she consulted and who she asked, I do not know. I would presume it would have been my deputy minister at the time.
And who was?
At the time, it was when I moved over, Ms. Erin O'Gorman, and the one she probably would have talked to my previous deputy minister as well, which was John Osowski.
And so this job wasn't publicly advertised?
It was not, to my knowledge, publicly advertised.
Okay. You took issue previously with testimony from Mr. Cameron McDonald that during a phone call that you had threatened him. Do you remember refuting that you had threatened him?
I do remember that allegation.
Remember saying that you hadn't threatened him?
He was in a different department. He wasn't even working for me anymore. I was calling him.
So yes or no, did you threaten him or did you not threaten him?
No, I did not threaten him.
We know that you have previously been fined for threatening a fellow public servant. Is that correct?
That is incorrect.
It is incorrect?
That is incorrect.
So have you ever had any allegations of you making threats against another individual?
I have a personal matter that was brought to my attention, and a family matter that I did not disclose, but I had never threatened another individual, another public servant.
Okay. Did that matter come before the courts?
No, it did not.
In the reporting process with respect to Mr. McDonald, did Ted Gallivan ever speak to you about the threats against Mr. McDonald?
Merci pour la question. La première fois.
Thanks for the question. The first time I heard about those allegations of threats is when Mr. McDonald came to this committee in the fall of 2023. That's the first time I heard about that.
Chair, I'll just ask for a little bit of extra time because the witness is switching back and forth, and so it's taking translation extra time. Well, I'm not sure if he's doing it for my benefit or for his, but it's...
You're burning up your own time, but why don't we continue?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks very much, Julie. Appreciate the attempt at help there. Multiple times at the committee, we've heard you give answers that aren't clear, sir. Looking to both use up time and to be unclear in what it is that you're trying to say. We've seen the text messages that you were concerned about throwing a minister under the bus, and you and Cameron McDonald, getting your stories straight. Why was that your priority instead of just simply telling the truth to parliamentarians who were asking you questions?
Very brief answer.
I don't remember trying to get my story straight. I was actually calling Mr. McDonald for facts that we did not have, and frankly, to this day, the investigation is ongoing, which is who brought GC Strategies into the CBSA. So I was not trying to get his story straight. Nobody at CBSA at the time can answer the question. He was closest to it. He was the DG in charge reporting to me, and I called him for more information. He cordially, after this alleged threat,
Gentlemen.